Hi there, welcome to my channel House of Leo. I'm Lucy and today I want to teach you how to make one of these absolutely adorable Christmas stockings. You can hang them on your tree, make them into a garland, or even turn them into a really sweet advent calendar. You can pop a little sweetie in there. So yeah, this is what they look like. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute little Christmas stockings. I love them. You can hang them on the tree, you can make them into a garland, you can do all sorts of things with them. You're going to need a 6mm hook, a yarn needle, some scissors, and DK weight yarn, double knit yarn in 2 colours. Okay, to start this project we begin at the tip of the toe and we're going to make a magic circle. So to make your magic circle you wrap your yarn around your fingers, creating the cross as if we were going to do a slip knot. You take your hook, pop it through and pull some yarn through. So this is how you would do a slip knot. You'd then pull that tight, but we're not going to pull that tight. Let me just do that again. Instead of pulling the knot, we're going to take our working yarn and just create one single chain there, and that keeps your loop magic circle ready to work into. So we are going to now do 5 double crochet stitches. A double crochet is where you put your hook through, yarn over and pull up a second loop. You have 2 loops on the hook, you yarn over and you pull it through both. So that's our first double crochet. Yarn, through the loop, yarn over, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, through both loops, through the magic circle, yarn over, pull back through, 2 on the hook, yarn over, pull through both, through your magic circle, yarn over, pull it back through, 2, yarn over, pull through both, through your magic circle, 2, pull through both. So now you have 5 stitches. You have your first sort of chain stitch, you're going to ignore that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, and we're going to use our tail end to pull the magic circle closed, and that is your, just fiddle it about a bit, that is your first round. For our next round we are going to do 2 double crochets into each stitch. So here is your first stitch, you have the little chain, ignore that bit, go into your very first stitch, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the 2. Now for our second stitch we're going into the same hole again, pull back through, 2 loops on the hook, go through both. We're going to do this in each stitch around. As we started with 5, we will then have a round of 10 stitches. So through your next stitch, yarn over, pull back through, 2, pull through the both. So you see we did 2 in that same space. Then you go to your next stitch, do our first double crochet, and we do another double crochet. We do that in all 5 stitches round, so we end up with 10. I hope I'm going slow enough for you to follow along. It's very hard to go slow. I've seen a lot of comments on videos about slowing down, so I apologise if I'm going too fast. And one last one. So that is 10 stitches in your round. Pull your magic circle tight again, so your first little stitch is tight, and you have your first 2 rounds of your Christmas stocking. Now we're going to change colour. Just before we change colour, I'm going to stitch in my tail end of my magic circle because it's just getting in the way a little bit, and turning your stocking inside out to stitch this in once it's finished is quite tricky because it's a small project. So we'll just pop that through there a few times, give it a little snip. I don't mind a little tail end on this one, just so it doesn't come undone, because it's tucked inside, you're never going to see it. Okay, so now we're going to change colour. So we've pulled up a large loop. This is how our stitch looked. So we just stretch it up like that, and we are going to go through the 2 loops from our previous stitch. If I can get it in there, go on, in you go. There we are. Okay, so you have your loop and your hook through those. You take your next colour. I have this gorgeous burnt orange colour that I love, and we're going to pull it through both of those loops like so. Now I do a couple of stitches. We are not increasing any stitches, we are just doing 10 around, so you just do 1 in each stitch around. So we're doing double crochets again, through, pull it up, pull it through both. One more, so you're going into the next stitch, through, pull it back through. Now you can pull this loop end and it's secure, and you have your neat colour change there. So we're going to go around, there'll be 10 stitches all the way around. Yarn over, pull through your next stitch, yarn over, pull back through, yarn all over, pull through both. Once you've changed colour, it's quite easy to see your count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's curling in, so I'm going to just pop it back. I want it to go that way. So we now want to do 3 more rows, of this colour, so we end up with 4 rows. You can tell where you begin your row, where the colour change starts, but for those of you who find it tricky to spot that as you're going round, I recommend adding a little stitch marker just here. Oops, where the colour changes. And then you know that that is your 10th stitch, and you can count your rows. So I'm going to do 3 more rows of double crochet around, just working in to each one once. So, are you making any Christmas decorations this year other than crochet stockings? What things do you like to make? I absolutely love doing handmade Christmas decorations. I do popcorn garlands, dried oranges, paper stars. Obviously lots of different crochet ones. I'd love to hear what you guys are making. Keep going round. And you can see we've made it back to our stitch marker. So we are now on round 3. I'm going to just do the next 2 rounds off camera and I'll get back to you when I'm at the end there. Okay, so I am on round 4 of this orange colour and you can see my stitch marker is here. So I am 3 stitches away from number 10. I'm on stitch number 7. On round 4 we only make it to stitch number 7 and this is where we are going to change our colour back to the toe colour. So as I did before, you pull a large loop, put your hook through the 2 of the last stitch, which is really fiddly for some reason. That's through 1. My hook has just been through there, why can't you fit? There. Through 2. Take your, we've got lots of little tail, sorry I'm going off camera, take your tail ends, take them out the way, take your toe colour, pull that back through. Now we're going to stitch 6, so we're doing a double crochet, 1, 2, pull our loop, tuck that away, 3, this is our heel, so we're on stitch 3 and we've made it back to our stitch marker, 4, 5, 6, so we have 6 stitches as the beginning of our heel. We're going to turn our work and go back the other way. I've removed the stitch marker so we no longer need it. So we've made it to the end of our 6. We're going to chain 1, turn our work and put our hook through this first one of the 6 and double crochet all the way along again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Chain 1, turn, back in. So we're doing 4 rows of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And 1 more row, chain 1, turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so now we're going to snip a nice decent length tail, pull our hook through. So we're going to take our sewing needle, thread the end into there, and you have your work like this. Turn it upside down, fold your heel in half and stitch along the seam of the heel. Like this. And then just sort of weave in your ends a little bit, back and forth, so it doesn't come undone. You can snip that little end off. So we have stitched that inside out, so now you can pop it through the other way, give it a little shape, and you have, oops, a little slipper. It's so cute. Now we're going to start the body. So we have our main colour that's still attached. So we want to stitch into our first stitch of our heel. In order to get the yarn on the hook, we're going to yarn over first, so we have a loop on our hook to work with, then through, then you have your 2 loops that you can pull through, and that creates your first double crochet. So we're going to go all the way around again. This time you're working into the side stitches rather than the top stitches, so it can be a bit fiddlier to see where you're going, but I'd recommend 12 stitches on the round, so just count, and that includes the top of the toe. So I shall show you now. So we're going 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it could be a bit fiddly, 6, 7, 8. Now you're working back onto the actual foot. 9, 10, 11, 12, and you're back to where you started. So we want 4 rows in total for the ankle of this stocking. So we go back into our first stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've made it to the back of the heel, and I would recommend decreasing just 1 stitch at the back of the heel. So to do that, you have your V. You're just going into the front of the V. You have 2 loops on your hook. You take your hook and you put it through just the front of the next V. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And basically what you've done there is turned 2 stitches into 1. So you've decreased by 1 stitch, and then continue around. Okay, we've made it round. That's row number 2. Do 2 more rows and I'll come back to you. So I've made it to the end of row 4. And now I'm just going to continue round to the back of the heel. So we're not doing a whole row 5, but we are going to just go around to the back of the heel so we can do our next colour change. Okay, so there we are at the back. I think that was 3 or 4 more stitches. We're going to change colour again. So as before, we make our large loop. We fiddle and fuss and get that through there. Oh, it went in easy, lovely. Happy times. Take our other colour, pull through and do 2 stitches just to secure it, place 1, 2, and then you can pull your end, tighten it all up, go all the way around. It's only November, but I'm really excited about Christmas. I was so looking forward to Halloween being over and Christmas starting. Not quite ready to put my decorations up yet, but I'm definitely ready for Christmas crafting. It's one of my favourite things. Okay, so we made it round to the last stitch. Now what we're going to do is chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for our very last stitch, we're just going to go back into the first stitch there and do a slip stitch. So you pull it through, you have 2 on the loop, on the hook, 2 loops on the hook, and instead of yarning over and pulling through 2, we're going to pull this first loop through the second one, and that is a slip stitch. Oops, we're going to snip, pull through, and we can snip this colour as well. I would recommend weaving in these ends, stitching them in. I'm going to just push them in for now, just to show you, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me sewing in ends. You have a little hanging loop at the back there. And there you have it. They're just so cute. You can make them in loads of different colours. You can put sweets in them or coins. You can make them larger. You use a larger hook and thicker yarn. You can make them bigger. But I love the little dumpy shape of these ones. I just think they're really sweet. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you do, give it a like, subscribe, give me some comments, do all the things, help my channel to grow, and I shall be along with another tutorial very soon. Thanks guys, have a fab day.